What is going on, Corey Gang Fish fam? Welcome back to your favorite Monday show. Let's get it started. Fish tank review. Which fish tank is worse? We have Aquasoil, but we also have a very small bowl. They're doing a dry start system where they're going to sprout some of the seeds. And usually they're actually Hydrophila polysperma, so they actually get super tall after the sprouting phase. They don't stay as carpet plants. As you can see, oh my god. From the extreme examples of bad, it's even more extreme. Quite impressive. The guppy is very literally just stuck up against the glass. The very definition of no room to swim. Where would the room be? There's no room in this entire, like, bro is staring at you like, really? Do you think this is a good thing you've made right now? Do you not see me? I cannot move. If I was a shark, I would have suffocated already. So it's got live plants in it, and you know how much I love live plants. But I will put live plants at a priority of 3rd or 4th, because here's the other fish tank that we're pitting it against. I don't believe any of these plants are real. There's no live plants in here. It's all very artificial decoration. Even the substrate is that of what I hate, Nerds gravel. The plants, I didn't know God made plants in this variety on his green earth. These are some very rare, highly pigmented plants. There's an octopus, okay, in this freshwater ecosystem. All jokes aside, I actually think this tank is better than the tank we saw before. It's not bad. I wouldn't say this is overstocked at all by any stretch of the imagination. And there's so much airstone, aeration, water movement. Husbandry looks great because everything's clean. Compared to the first tank we saw that has live plants and it's got Aquasoil. It's fancy, this nice rimless experience of a fishbowl. For what? For suffering. Why are we here just to suffer? Said the guppy. The second one, all artificial, nothing remotely close to nature. If one of these fish tanks gets a 5 out of 5, or I have to cut my dicky off.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I would give the 5 out of 5, no questions asked, to this fish tank. Now, even better is this tank. Now, this tank is artificial, yes, but it's also got a huge wall of vallus, which is an actual living, breathing plant. This will be a step up from the last artificial tank. Keep in mind, both of them are in a league of its own compared to the first tank we've seen. Okay, so they're actually much better. Prioritization is husbandry first, okay? Live plants don't even come close. If we're talking about this size of a fish tank, live plants is the last thing you need. That is almost like in aesthetics territory by that point. Don't even worry about it. Your fish have no room to live. Why are you thinking of plants? Which is exactly what this fish tank is. Ranks in a close second. Not only is it a tiny little vase with a whole bed of fish in it, it's got glow zebra danios. And if you know glow zebra danios or danios in any form factor these days, they are prolific swimmers. They are streamlined to the max. They need a long tank to span out their fins. This is torture. And sure, it's got the cool, fancy Aquasoil with the Anubias nano. Good for you, but you're a fish abuser. What good are these fancy things that cool aquariums and planted tanks have and are aesthetic when your animals are suffering because of your decisions? Another example, it's very cool to have these planted vases. It looks very aesthetic. It looks kind of giving me steampunk vibes a little bit, experiment, scientist sort of vibes, but why put whole bed of fish in it? Now the first one with the little guppy, I'm okay with the smaller guppies or endlers in a fishbowl that are like at least a gallon or preferably like 2 gallons at least, but that vase, that little flask, at the end of the day, that's really still pushing it. This person is really pushing it to the max. I would say all of these are shrimp or snails for sure. Shrimp questionable, probably shrimp. I'd be okay with a couple of Neocaradinas in here. You really want to, like a sort of small grow out tank for your guppy fry. Other than that, these tanks are BS, okay? See, this is that bowl I'm talking about. This might be a 1 gallon bowl. I still prefer them a little bit bigger, especially if you're gonna have multiple fish in one bowl. There's shrimp in here, there's snails in here, there's very small guppies. Like, all things considered, this is better than all the other small containers that we've seen. I would say this is not the 100% preferred method of keeping fish still. Parameters, they spike and they change very fast in such little amount of water. It's actually harder to keep a smaller tank than a bigger tank, especially for beginners. This person seems to know what they're doing. I'm gonna give them a pass. Which fish tank is worse? Not this one. This is not gonna be one of the worst. And then we have our least, by far the least good option. Goliath the goldfish gets a mansion from Amazon. So this is how the tank starts. And we go all the way to the end and we see that the mansion is, I don't even see a difference in size. Okay, maybe it went from 1 gallon to 2 gallons. If you call that a mansion, I feel sorry for where you live. If that's how your mind works, I don't know how you've been influenced, but that is crazy and very goofy as well. This is the worst of the worst because unlike the first tank we've seen, which is this one, there are no live plants. It's full-on artificial. The plants in this scenario would play a very marginal difference anyway, but the difference is still there, right? There's still a bit of live plants and it's not a full-on goldfish in the first one. Goldfish is very different from guppies because goldfish constantly pooping. They eat and it's already on its way out. They can't store it uncontrollably, poop a lot. And following the worst example of worst of both worlds, so no live plants and no space, horrible stocking, we have the best of both worlds, which is a good amount of space. Wow, finally. For a nice school of fish, not overstocked. And there's live plants, there's naturalistic elements to it. So everything working hand in hand together to make this preferable fish tank condition for your pets. Now it's important to note your fish tank doesn't have to look like this. This looks pretty nice, okay? On top of that, they have some botanicals in here that are leaching out some healthy tannins. A lot of these bonus cool things that make the fish environment even healthier. Don't worry about that yet if you're a beginner. Just know the difference between this tank and the first tank we've seen, and especially this goldfish bowl. So the ranking goes like this. Which one are you? Comment below. Which one is your fish keeping friend? Comment below.
Hey noobs, it's Rapashi's butt. Support on Patreon to grow this butt. And join Discord. Churs does not pay me enough. I also hate eating, so I'm a pain to raise. Bye noobs.
Single malt whiskey, 29-gallon fish tank with 25 pygmy cories. That is a very healthy, amazing school of cories. That is how it's done. They got 6 Amano in here, and they want to get a school of chili rasboras soon. Totally doable in a 29-gallon. 25 pygmy cories in a 29-gallon is like nothing, dude. 4.5 out of 5. Can't wait to see your chili rasboras in there, bro. Well, look at this. A actually good-looking tank in an Asian restaurant. Only 2 bristlenose plecos. Oh, I spat all over my keyboard. Some tiger barbs, and I believe they are Medaka. Whoa, wait. Is that the biggest Vallisneria I've ever seen in my life? This Asian restaurant just casually pulling up with the thickest Vallisneria leaf we've ever seen. A huge tank. You're telling me there's 2 bristlenose? Represent the comeback of the Asian restaurant. Who says Asian restaurants are out here mistreating fish? Probably the majority of Asian restaurants that have fish tanks don't look like this, but this is a start, okay? We're in the minority. We'll work up to the majority. BT sent in their 63-gallon fish tank with an Oscar, Green Terror, 1 silver shark, incredible, 4 angelfish, 2 weather loach, some dwarf cichlids, and a pleco. Hopefully not a common pleco. Love the big Anubias sand substrate. Now your Oscar is still small. Your Green Terror probably also kind of small still. I feel like a fully grown Oscar can no diff everything in this tank and more. Be careful out there. 4.46 out of 5, keep it up. No, you're wrong, local pet shop. Community tank quiz. See, don't do this if you don't know what you're talking about. Which fish is best suited to live in a community tank? Angelfish, betta, catfish, guppies. Our boy chose guppies, but apparently it's wrong according to this local fish store and is angelfish. In what world? Like all of these have super high potential to be really good in a community tank, but this is just a Bally made quiz. You can't put guppies on this community tank list and expect anyone to choose anything else. Because unlike guppies, angelfish, betta, and catfish, you do have to think a little bit about the community tank, about putting them in any community tank. But a guppy, you don't have to think at all. Drop them in, no questions asked. I could understand this being a very tricky quiz if instead of guppies, they put something like crebensis. Then I would have no freaking clue which answer you want me to pick. But if you put guppies in here,
that better be the answer.
Anyone with me? Like, am I going crazy? Guppies is very clearly the outlier in this list, right? Like, we'd be in trouble if guppies was crebensis instead. We'd be like, what? I don't know, maybe it's betta? Goat sent in 48 gallons of water. They've stocked the water with barbs, tetras, cories, rainbow shark, blue neon gobies, and 3 bristlenose plecos and some endlers. Are you the actual goat? It seems like it. I love the Oko stone. It's doing so much work just by existing. You didn't have to do anything to the Oko stone, it just looks beautiful. No makeup. The plants in the back going wild. The Vallisneria, Hygrophila polysperma, just boom, lovely stock. A strong 4.5 out of 5, keep it up. Not fish, but PetSmart related. Me leaving PetSmart after teaching all the parrots the N-word. Absolute unit of an assassin snail with an algae shell to boot. Oh shoot. Oh man, that little pond snail, that's just a snack. Well, you can see the little like, wow, it got sucked in. Wow, the suction on that thing, I underestimated. You can see the little eyes before it went in, it was like, my last moments. That's actually kind of sad. not gonna lie. This is literally a side quest because as it was grabbing that little snail, I feel like it just happened to chance upon it when it was going somewhere else. Because the little antennae was looking for other snails, like the next snail. It was already looking for its next target as it was eating this one. Like, this is just gonna be some sour cream and onion Lay's chips for me after my main meal. And it's got camouflage. That's not even fair. It's in full camo gear. The Cory Cave. This is a brilliant idea. These guys are having a party. Yes, this is what Cory's partying looks like. They're fish. They don't party like us. They're probably blasting all sorts of cool pheromones and hormones out into the water right now. Everyone's having a good time. They're just tripping out on their own. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. If I was a Corridors, the Cory Cave is where I would spend most of my life. Not gonna lie. There's not much else to do. This is from the Dallas Aquarium. Someone there is absolutely gifted because I've not seen a lot of these plants in such a big and healthy variation. These are the tippity top of how amazing these plants can grow. The water flow in here is amazing too. The stocking just don't even, where are they and why don't they have a fish tank channel? Maybe they do. Let me know in the comments if this aquascaper has a channel. Look at the craziness of this tank. I think it's a species tank too. Holy sheesh, bro. Is a Harlequin Rasbora species tank? I must go to the Dallas Aquarium. And also, I must tune in to a Dallas Mavericks game. Kyrie Irving goes ham. Don't even get me started on Doncic. Fishkeeper dream. Yes. Woohoo. That might not be enough actually. That is a fire hazard and a half ready to happen. Don't do this, boys. Even with the option, great power comes great responsibility. Rusty Turtle sent in their 66-gallon shrimp tank. What? The Hygrophila polysperma. This is why you use this plant. Look at, oh, I'm spitting everywhere today. Look at it. I must be excited. You're telling me this is a shrimp tank? Telling me a shrimp made this tank? There's some guppies in there. I'm gonna leave this unrated because it's kind of scaped for the breeding action. It's like a dream shrimp tank though. This is a whole ecosystem. In the wild, they might not get 66 gallons of water in their little pond. Perfection. This is my 20-gallon aquarium, which I've used 2 chairs, a DIY stand. I never thought anything about it, but is it okay for a long time? Just looking at it, yeah, I think it makes sense. Like some things you can just look at. Some tanks and their stands, you can look at it and be like, not really worried about it. I mean, that's solid wood, okay? What I am more interested by is you just stuck some snake plants into your aquarium, growing their roots aquaponically? Is that even possible? I thought snake plants were like kind of succulent like. They've also been rebranded or reclassified as Dracaena family. Can you grow Dracaena aquaponically? I actually looked into the comments a little bit and a lot of people were agreeing that you can do it. Some people were like, ain't no way, bro. Let me know, you plant mothers out there, plant experts. Let me know if this is possible because that would open up a lot of possibilities in the future for your boy. Panda Cories, my latest artwork. Wow, the shading, the cute little rocks with the moss and the plants. I love fish keeping fan art and this hits all the elements. Why would you put so much effort into the tank and then use it for fish that can't thrive in it? Exactly, bro. Iwagumi style, rimless, fancy. I think that's like a twin star light up top. And then boom, massive rainbow fish and just one of them. Bro thought he got a betta fish and no, that's the wrong species. Bro did all the research in the wrong ways and applied them in the most weirdest of fashions. I cannot compute. Such a fancy setup. And then the worst stocking known to mankind. Like, who even thinks about this? This is a psychopath right here. Who thinks about putting a Bosemani rainbow into this tank? Google will not ever tell you this is not a stocking option available online. This guy is a pioneer. This guy shapes his own future. You know, do we have free will or is every action programmed, pre-programmed? This guy, I know for sure, creates his own free will, no matter what the theory says. I've answered the age-old debate, Lex Friedman. Cubone's new haircut. Damn, bro. Let me get that angelfish egg style, you know what I mean? Wolf cut? That's so 2020. What year? Little brother helping his bigger brother. Cuteness on max. Hee hee. Good thing this isn't the anime subreddit. Dude, this guy is a relic. This guy is like a protected World Heritage Site. How long has this guy been alive? Since Darwin? We carry these terrariums at my work and I had multiple people this weekend ask if they were for bettas. Man, we live in an age where you see this and people are just going around, you know? It's a normal day. Nobody asked them to do this, but they're just going around. Which orifice can I put a betta fish in today, huh? They're like that dirty fly on your freaking windowsill. Which lucky beta gets to come home with me and I put him in this little orifice. Alright, you've seen too much. With that being said, welcome back to the end of the video. Hope I made your Monday go a little better. I don't know if you needed to see fly on a windowsill version of Chris, but you got it. Before I let you guys go, here is this week's Katwa. Where do you live? No, like what country or what city if you're in the US. I just want to know where our FFT Corey gang resides, bro, worldwide. Monday gang is from. Let me know in the comments below. I think some dude from Tasmania DM'd me on Instagram recently. That was super cool. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. There'll be more videos to come, and don't forget to get your hands wet.
Tetra, we in a spot, coming in hot. Ventral fin dot, acclimate that. With my shoal at, cure my fin rod from Cariciformes to Paracherodon. Hold on, there's not another fish that you can wish for. Live fam sus, I finna one. I finna gone 3 days without furt. I'm an addict, like fanatic. I'm a baddest, no tabs, only dirt. My Corey gang so loyal, black Tetra go skirt. We came to play, came to silence gang.